Hey guys, and welcome to today's session on Payday Super changes. So today I'm going to talk you through a little bit about what the changes are, why they're coming in, and what you can do to be most prepared. So basically, what is Payday Super? It is a legislation change on how we pay super. Currently, what we're doing is at the end of each quarter, lodging our super and paying it either through the super clearinghouse or through Xero. And from July 1, 2026, we are moving to compulsory change whereby super must be paid each pay cycle and not quarterly. And this means that the super must actually reach the employee's fund within 7 business days of the payday. So that means that with the recent change on the STP2, the ATO will be using that data when you lodge your STP, which is compulsory to lodge at the time of your pay run. And they're going to be data matching that with the super payments and making sure that you are complying with that deadline and paying your super within 7 days of that. Keeping in mind, when we're using a software, as STP compliant software, like we recommend using Xero, you can do both of these in the one seamless step. And Xero does take about 5 business days from payment date to hit the employee's super fund, which means it's really important to be paying that super straight away as you do the pay run to make sure you're compliant with this change. From July 1, 2025, so the financial year that's just started, the super rate increased to 12%. So it's 12% compulsory super at the moment, and then that will stay in for the next financial year. So that will stay the same from July 1, 2026. And one of the changes will be that super used to be calculated on what's called ordinary times earnings, which is earnings by the employee, and we're switching to what's called qualifying earnings. And that now means that from July 1, 2026, most bonuses and allowances will start to attract super, where that wasn't the case in the past. With these changes, the ATO will give us a little bit of leniency. So in the first year, they will be not as strict and give you a bit of time to get everything in order. And then from July 1, 2027, they will start to implement penalties and things like that if you have not done it. So the other thing with what you need to do to actually be prepared is businesses may need to work out what that cash flow impact's going to be. Because if you are moving suddenly from paying super weekly or paying super quarterly to now having to pay it at the time of the pay run, that is going to have some pretty big cash flow effects on some businesses. So they really need to start planning right now for this change. So the first step might be modeling it out. What are they going to need on that time basis? So they might need to be, if they are struggling with cash and they're on a weekly cycle. So we have a client who maybe has a lot of government projects and they are usually paid 60 days end of month, which makes it a very long time from when they've done the job to when they get paid for the job. The employees in that business are on a weekly pay cycle, which means I'm going to have to pay super weekly as well when the cash is only really coming in every 60 to 90 days. So as you can see, that creates quite a big cash problem in that business, which we have to start working through now. Why is the ATO changing this? So basically the reason for this is that there is billions in unpaid super annually. And there are so many employees, you hear so many stories of people not being paid their super, and they have to chase it years later, which is sometimes does not end well. The quarterly system was too big a lag, like too much time, and it was too hard for businesses to plan and budget their cash if they're not doing budgets, which most of them are not. And I think it's just they've decided it's a better alignment between wages and super, making sure employees are being compensated for what they are doing. And now I guess the government does have STP data and getting payroll data in real time. They're able to identify non-compliance more easily. So I think that is one of the other reasons they can move to this system going forward. Making sure any new businesses, so if you're a new business or working with a new business that is starting now, they have to follow the new Payday Super rules from now. Existing businesses have until June to make this switch. So move as early as possible. The early adoption is going to make sure that once you've got the cash flow plan and you can see in place, you can just practice. And if you come up with cash flow issues as you're practicing, the client can work through those issues as they go because they still have that buffer to the quarterly deadline for now. So first thing to do, communicate the changes with your client, make sure they are across it. And if I haven't answered anything, make sure you comment down below so I can go and research it and find out.